Hi everyone, Carla from Industry Connect here. Today I get the pleasure and honour to sit down with the lovely Josna Joyce, who has just secured herself a role as a data engineer in the banking industry. So congratulations, Josna, we're so excited for you.
Thank you so much, Carla.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I love it when people are getting these jobs and stepping into their careers, and you've applied yourself in the whole journey and the process with Industry Connected and your internship. Can you just share with everyone, to start off, a little bit about your background? Who's Josna? Where did you come from? Do you have an IT background? Just share a little bit about that.
Sure. So I come from India and currently living in New Zealand. So prior coming to New Zealand, I was working in India in a bank as an assistant manager by business analyst. So from there, I got interest into data and I understood that data is my passion. And for upskilling myself, I moved to New Zealand. So I did a course here, and as part of that course, I got into a job with the University of Auckland. Yeah, so that is with accounting side of University of Auckland. But I always wanted to move into data space. So when I got maternity leave, when I got into maternity leave, I took that opportunity, took that long gap to upskill myself. So then I joined Industry Connect. So from there, I could upskill myself onto SQL, Power BI, and data warehousing.
Oh, wow. So how did you come across us? How'd you find out about Industry Connect?
So one of our family friend, he actually suggested Industry Connect. That's from him we heard first about Industry Connect, and then we did a lot of research, and we heard so many success stories, and we also looked into what because with the first meeting I checked with you guys what do you all cover, and what is covered in internship. So I really got to know that this is what I wanted. So that's how I joined here.
Oh, wow. And how long ago was that?
So I joined the Industry Connect on the job training in the month of May 2022. So that means
Wow.
1 year
So
before.
kind of like a year, and
Yes.
bam, you've got it. Wow. Good on you, because you said that you're mum as well, and juggling that motherhood and training as well. You've done so well. So tell us a little bit about how you found the 6-week job ready program, the BI data analyst job ready program. How did you find that, and doing it remotely? Because there's been a big switch, especially since the COVID time, 3 odd years ago, and people training online. So sometimes it's a mindset thing that people have to kind of like get over. Tell us a little bit about how you found that, and also the job ready program.
So personally, I find it, since this is completely remote, that's one advantage I found. I find it with this program. I wanted that because, as you said, I'm a mom. I have other duties to do. So so being in remote, I could do it on my pace. So that's another advantage. And the on-the-job training, it is really like an industry level training. Lincoln and Frank and Ali was our sequel. So they all gave us industry level training. They spoke from their experience, even though they were covering certain syllabus, but also they were talking from their experience, which had benefited me a lot in my interview process. So
Yes.
So doing it remote, even if I couldn't attend a class, I can attend it the very next day. The recording is available. So I find it very advantageous to do the program remotely.
Yeah, and like you said, being a mum and having other duties and not having to go out of the house to go to some place where you have to organise and make sure everything's okay, then go. So that's awesome. And we have a lot of mothers that actually come through our programs. And I think that most probably is one of the trends, that they don't have to leave their family. They can still do everything, train, get the best, and still be with their family as well.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And it's true about our tutors. They have got many years experience. So they're bringing not just head knowledge, but actual best practice knowledge into the training, which is so different from just having a head knowledge. So it's really good to hear that you loved that side of it, because that's something that we're very, very proud about, that all of our tutors are experts in their field because they're actually working in it. Yeah, so that's really cool to hear about that. So how did you find the Slack community, with all your participants that are doing the same program as you? How did you find that?
Slack community, I find it very, very supportive, because for when the batch started, there were certain team members. We were all trying to get into it together. So we were all asking questions each other, and for the teamwork also, it was a very good opportunity to connect each other. So Slack, and also from messages from you guys that this person secured this role is actually an inspiration for us, with a bit of background. So that's actually an inspiration. So I would say Slack community is a really positive community, inspiring us to move forward.
Yeah, I know. And you make a lot of friendships, relationships, because you
Yes.
never know when you get out there in your career later on, someone that you've already met during this time, something might come up, or you might have something kind of position in where you're working, and then you reach out to people that that would have the skill set. So that's a big thing. Your network is so important in IT. And so you've just started to build your network through doing this. It's awesome.
Yes, that's true.
So you did your 6 weeks, and then after the 6-week job ready program, you then moved over to the gifted Mentored Internship with MVP Studio. So those that are watching, MVP Studio is a global software company. So how did you find that transition from, doing the 6 weeks and then going over into the internship? How did you find that?
So it was like starting a new job with the task that is provided in the internship portal. It was like starting a new job in an agile methodology, because I'm a person who didn't have agile experience. I didn't know how the sprint works. So I kind of could explain to the interviewers that this is what I have followed, and it benefited me. So that's one benefit. That's how I felt when I started internship. And also the task that is provided during the homework that is provided during the on-the-job training also helped me to build confidence to take up the task that is provided during the internship. So it went,
awesome.
yeah. So I didn't find it so difficult because of the homeworks that I've done. I took it too seriously, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, it's good to hear that the transition was smooth for you. And those that are watching, there's 3 different levels in the internship. So as I'll say level up, they get a little bit harder within the internship, because you're being prepared for real world jobs out there to get you ready for your career pathway. So that's really good to hear that you transitioned really well. So what would you say would be some of the highlights for you personally, maybe from the 6-week job ready program or the internship, or both?
So the highlights are actually the on-the-job training that created a strong base. And from that base, this task, which is for me, it was to create a dashboard from scratch, from the raw data set to a data warehouse and to a dashboard. So this is like a whole project to me, and that whole project helped me in explaining what for the interview. So that is another highlight, because I could work from the raw data to a successful dashboard. So that is another highlight. So the classes and the project that I have involved.
Wow, that's really good, especially when you get into the interview, isn't it?
Yes.
To be able to explain, because it's so important so that they understand that you know how to do certain areas. So that's amazing that you were able to bring that out at your interview. It's really good to hear, Josna. So what would you say if someone was maybe even just like you, maybe a mum that's wanting to go over into a role like this, say a career pathway as a BI developer or data analyst, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
Sure. So the advice that I wanted to give is to moms like me is to have a ambition, to have a goal to reach and work towards that goal, and do it on your pace. If you have your mom duty and you couldn't finish something, and it's okay, you take step by step and do it on your pace, and success will eventually reach you if you have a goal. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, awesome. I love that. I absolutely love that, Josna. You know, and I love what you just said, you know, if you don't complete something, it's okay. Do it at your own pace. Don't stress out, basically, you know, because those, you guys, mamas, we all, you know, have so many like different, I say, things in the air all the time that you're keeping moving, that you're doing an amazing job, and don't stress out. Love what you just shared. Thank you so much. So thank you so much for your time, Josna, today to share your journey and everything. We're so excited for you. When do you start your position?
So my start date is 7th of June.
Wow, so you've got a little bit of a breather before you need to start. That's really, really good. So from everyone here at Industry Connect and MVP Studio, I just want to say congratulations again, and we just wish you all the best in your career pathway. And remember, we're only a phone call away if you ever need anything. Okay, you're always part of the family. We say this to everyone, and it really is true. We have people come back, like, we've been around for 10 years this year, and so we have people come back like from 5 years ago, connecting with us again, just saying hi. So you're always part of the family.